Well, good afternoon, everybody. I thought we'd just drop in today to do a bit of a stitch with me. You have found the NeedleBugg, and my name is Karen. And today we are going to work again on Artisy Designs God Shed His Grace. And I am stitching this on 20 count Easy Guide by Zweigert. So it's the kind with the gray lines that, well, personally, that's my preference to use this one as opposed to the other gridded fabric. But anyhow, that's a whole nother story. So, how is everybody today? I hope you are all doing well. I have my needle stuck up here. Hopefully you can see. And I did try, because I had some feedback from a couple viewers, I did try to make this so that you could see on my pattern keeper. Yeah, I switched back to pattern keeper, don't you know? Don't you know? Where I'm stitching so that you can follow along on my fabric. Now, I tried, I guess I could bring this in just a little bit more. I didn't want to go too large with this on account of, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Karen has changed what she's doing. So maybe we'll just have to adjust a little bit as we move down the column, because, okay, did you guess what I'm doing? Did you? I decided, because all that black was killing me, it was just doing me in. Okay, say it. I hear you. I hear you. You're all saying, we knew it would, Karen. We knew it would. So I decided, because of my love-hate relationship with parking, I decided to go back to, and I'm so much better stitching with just one hand, to go back to trying and doing cross country just within the diagonal. And I can give you all the reasons in the world, and I'm sure that everybody has their own reasons, but partly because I decided to just start with at the top of the diagonal and take the first unstitched color and then work that down as far as my thread would take me, and then go back and get the next color and work that down as far as my thread would take me, until I had it all filled in. That way, for all intents and purposes, I'm not losing my place. Okay, at least not yet. Because what I was finding, and what I did find when I went back to this, is what I suspected was going to happen. Some miscounts in where I put stitches. And okay, for right now, it's more or less background, because I'm working in that lower left, lower right corner. And the picture that you see there is the comparison between Artisy's medium size chart against Cross Stitch Studios I guess it is their full-size chart. So I don't know if you can tell very well from that picture. It might not be big enough, but that's what that is. And that is what helped me decide which one I wanted to stitch. And I chose the Artisy over the Cross Stitch Studio because, yes, it may be a little more pixelated, but the size is quite doable. And from a distance, you really can hardly tell the difference. So I went with the Artisy one because it is substantially smaller. It's only 135,000 stitches, and the one by Cross Stitch Studio is about, what did I figure? Somewhere around 40,000 stitches larger than this one. So I'm quite happy to stitch this one instead, with the hope that maybe, just maybe, I'll actually have a finish. Yeah, maybe. We shall see. It isn't always guaranteed. And I will probably do an update, a stitching update, probably closer to the end of the week, because I'm sure a lot of you are curious where we're at, or where I'm at with Fred, and he has seen quite a bit of love. I have not stitched on a lot of pieces, so fair warning to all of that. Actually, the only things I have worked on have been Fred, this one, God Shed His Grace, and my Hardanger piece. So, yeah. So there isn't going to be much to show. But I'll give you all an update later this week of where I'm at. Because Fred did get quite a bit. And as we all know, Fred needs to be, well, not needs to be. I would love to have Fred finished for this Christmas. Wait. If that can happen, we shall see. I can probably tell you that Snowman, which is the stocking for my son-in-law, Adam, won't get finished for this year. So we'll try and focus on him along with something else, or this, next year. He's a lot of blue, a lot of blue, and probably a lot of block type stitching. So I will definitely need something to switch it up with. But that's kind of the That's kind of the plan. Okay, now, do I have enough thread? I think maybe I can squeak out these 3 stitches yet. These 3, 2, 3. What do you think? Can we do it? Let's play a little thread chicken here. And you probably can't tell, and I'll have to back up enough the camera at some point to show you. I put this piece on a scroll frame. Yeah, believe it or not, on a scroll frame. And I have it on a Kay's Creation large lap stand. Yeah, lap stand. And I got the clamps that hold scroll frames and Q-snaps. Okay, now you're going, oh, Karen, what made you decide to do that? Well, I bought that Nerd scroll frame to test out and review, and I thought, oh, what can I need it? I need to put it on something. And my Patoki floor stand will not hold a scroll. My Patoki table stand will not hold a scroll. My Nerd stands only hold hoops or Q-snaps. Well, they'll hold Q-snaps after I get the clamp that I ordered. So I didn't really have anything to put a scroll frame on. And I found on Etsy, because I already had bought the clamps for the Kay's Creation, the ones that hold the Q-snaps, because I thought, well, maybe I could make that work on my Nerd. Well, that didn't quite cut the mustard, so but I already had them. And then I found on Etsy a place where you could buy just the base of the Kay's Creation without any scroll or clamps. So basically what you got was just the base and the 2 upright pieces that you either attach the scroll to or the clamps. So I got that for what I thought was a pretty decent, cheap price. And that just came yesterday. So I put it together and I am testing it out today. So that's the reason that you're, well, not the only reason, but one of the reasons you're getting a stitch with me today. So I can test the waters here of how this is going to go. So let me see if I can scroll in enough to, there we go. So here it is. It's just attached. So it's on the scroll, it's on the frame. And of course, this is a pretty long scroll rod. I think it's a 36-incher. So that works just fine. And I can set it here on my table. And last night I actually did have it over in the living room with me. And I sat on my sofa and had it on my lap and propped on the arm of the sofa. because yeah, it's pretty long. So it worked. It worked pretty well. I was pleased. And yeah, part of me has come to the realization that I just need to um, break down and use some sort of a stand, because if I don't, my hands are starting to bother me again. My thumb, that for those of you that have been around a while, know that I had my thumb operated on for facial joint arthritis, and they took a bone out and redid that joint, and yeah. But now, if I hold a hoop too long, it starts to bother me again. So it's like, okay, Karen, just bite the bullet. Resign yourself to the fact that you just need to use some form of a stand, whether you use a scroll frame and this stand, whether you use a hoop and one of your Patoki stands, whether you use a hoop or a Q-snap on your Nurge stand. And you're going, I know you guys are going, wait, hold on, what did I miss? Well, my bobbin will probably wonder why they're getting all these orders. But they have a clamp. If you go on mybobbin.com, and that's the Russian site that has contacted a lot of YouTubers and for them to promote their online shop. They have a clamp. It's under, let me think a second. It's under cross stitch and then notions. And it's the very first thing that comes up under notions, because then the next picture is their Nurge hoops, the square hoops. But it's a Boss clamp. And yes, it fits on the Nurge. Yes, it does. And you can use it for either a hoop or a Q-snap. And I would imagine that if you had something on a scroll frame that wasn't real big, you could probably put a scroll frame on it also. Now, as I said, this one is pretty long, so I wouldn't even attempt it, but you probably could put a smaller scroll frame on it and be fine. So I just stitched these stitches here, ladies and gentlemen, and I didn't show you that. So personally, I ordered 4 of the clamps. I got 2 for me, 1 for my sit-on Nurge stand, 1 for my, I have both of them. I have the one that you sit on and the one that you can use as either a floor stand or a table stand. And then I ordered, so that's 2 for me, and I ordered 2 for my friend Barb. So right there, it was 4. And then someone in, I think it was the Heaven and Earth group, was asking about, the Nurge and being able to hold Q-snaps, and so I posted a post in there that, oh, well, no, it doesn't, but you can get this and it will. So that probably got them some more orders. And now I'm telling you guys, so that will probably get them even more orders. Yeah, mybobbin.com. Go under the cross stitch section and then under notions, and then you shall find it. It's a plastic clamp, and it will fit on your nurge, and it will hold. And I cannot take the credit because someone else told me about it. So I am not the one that found it. And before you start asking, yes, I am traveling down this column without flipping over, because I'm hoping that the other stitches are just going to cover these travel threads. That's kind of why I'm doing the ones that have just a few. Well, it just so happened that it worked out that way. Yep. So that one's done. Now we'll go way back up to the top again. And we will do this color after I end this one. And I'm just doing pin stitches because, as you know, I don't like to flip if I can help it. Although if I have to, I will. That is the one thing that the one thing that could be better about this stand, this lap stand, is the side uprights that the clamps attach to. It's very, very hard to get them extremely tight that they don't want to shift around. The flipping isn't too bad, but when you flip, it tends to want to have the side clamps or the side pieces move. So I'm trying not to flip any more than I really have to at this point. But I have to say, it is kind of nice. I think, you know, finding a comfortable position, and that's a lot of my trouble. I think it would be quite, I could enjoy stitching on it. Now, I was thinking about a Dubco stand, but I wanted, before I went that route, I wanted to try this just because of cost. Because, well, that's a whole nother discussion, and we're not going to go there. All I will say is, because of cost and us being retired, we are on a limited income. So sometimes you just gotta watch the pennies. So if this works, then I will get the notion of another stand out of my head. Besides that, my husband will go, what do you need all these for? Yeah, well, it is nice to get things to review for you guys before you buy. Although, you know what? Somebody did have a really good idea. I forget which group I read it in, but somebody wrote, wouldn't it be nice if they had a rent-a-center, a rent-a-center for scroll frames, or not scroll frames, for needlework stands, where you could go and you could test the stand to see if it suited you, because I don't know about you guys. I will speak only for myself. But if I would have kept every stand that I have had over the years, I'm not catching that thread. I would have no room in this porch. I would not be able to have anything else in this porch. No, still ain't right. I have to figure this so that I can catch the thread and stitch over it. And that will do it. I have tried my share of stands. And at first, many of them were, oh yeah, this is really great. This would be wonderful. And then you use it a while and you find, well, it's not as great as I thought it was. So then you buy the next one, or you hear how someone really, really loves XYZ stand. So you go, oh, well, maybe that's better than the one I have, because so-and-so really likes it. So, well, why don't I try that? Yeah. And the next thing you know, you have more stands than you bargained for. And you don't know where to put them. And, you know, some of them are good for certain things. Some of them maybe not so good. So this is up here yet. Are you yelling at me that I'm at the wrong place? I think I'm at the right place. Yeah, that's the, I guess I could say, downside of this hobby. There's always something new, different, exciting. Ooh, maybe that'd be better. So what do? That little string is dangling in front of you. And you have to try it out, because, gee, you never know. And what if it really is better? What if it really is better and I could have had an easier time stitching and I missed out? Then what? Hold on, I feel like I got a little bit of a mess back here. Okay, my famous phrase of hold the phone. Ooh, I do have a little bit of a mess back here. Okay, I need to frog a little bit. Hold up. Okay, so my mess is right there. Did it go away? Not quite. Make sure. Oops, oops. What is there? Is there not there? There. Maybe that was it. That was it. Okay. Back again. Back again. Well, I must tell you all, I had a nice surprise over the week. Well, yeah, I guess it was Friday evening. It was a shocker. I was kind of a little dumbfounded when my daughter sent me a text. And it was, I'm trying to thread a needle and I'm having a little trouble. It was a clip from TikTok. And it was, oh, for crying out loud. It was someone who was cross-stitching. So it started out with a hoop and an empty piece of fabric. And then they threw their bobbins of floss on it. And then the next thing, you know, it showed their finished stitch piece. Now, I'm going to preface this with saying it was a colorful phrase. So I'm not going to state it on here. And she said at the end of this text, if I would have known I could have stitched stuff like this when you were trying to teach me a long time ago, maybe I would have paid more attention. As I said, it was a rather colorful saying. Now, she just turned 40 in April. And I had to chuckle. I said, well, if you want to stitch, I can bring you some stuff. I have some fabric here you can have, and I have some floss here you can have, and I can fix you up with some supplies. To which she said yes. To which I also, as I said, since this phrase was colorful, I also directed her towards, okay, where did I just go here? Yeah, I directed her towards the subversive.com or subversive.com, I think it's called, and said, now, if you want to stitch pieces of colorful language, this is probably a place that you should go. And I thought to myself, well, you know, it isn't stuff I would stitch. It's probably things she would have to hide from her children. But at least she's interested in stitching, which she never was before. So that part is a good thing. And maybe if she takes the step and does some of those type things, she might find that she likes it and stitch some other things. But it's all, to me, it's all in keeping the art from getting lost. And there may come a time when she'll want to stitch some different things. And, you know, there's a lot of younger people out there that that's what they like to stitch. And you know what? It's as I always say, stitch what you like. Doesn't matter what other people think. Stitch what you like. And if that gets you into stitching or keeps you stitching, my thought is go for it. Go for it. So I was rather tickled that she finally, after all these years, said, I think I want to do this, Mom. And I actually think I sort of remember how. Well, okay. Go for it. If you have trouble, you know who to call. So we'll see what she does with it. It may have just been a whim of the moment, and I'll get my package of things back. Who knows? Who knows? Doesn't matter. Okay. So let's see. This seems to be working fairly well. I'm actually getting... Well, I didn't stitch them all. I was stitching before I started recording today, but so far today I'm up to 150 stitches. But I haven't been stitching that long today, and this has been a little better than a half an hour. So that's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Then I guess my other news is I have a retreat coming up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I think it is. I'm going to, let me take a drink here quick. I'm going to Flower Power in Easton, Pennsylvania, which is down near Allentown. For, I think you check in on Thursday, and then it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that will be a nice, fun time. I'm looking forward to. Okay, it's here. Had to figure out where it was. And I will meet up with some of my friends that Barb and I are going. Barb's, of course, the chauffeur. She's always my chauffeur. But we'll meet up. We're meeting up with some friends we have from stitching at Salty Yarns in Ocean City, Maryland. So that will be quite fun because we haven't seen them in a while. So looking forward to that. And then two of my channel members are going to be there, or two that I know of are going to be there. So I will meet up with them. So it should be a rather fun time. I'm looking forward to it. It's always fun to go to a retreat, and I encourage you, if you have never gone, to try and find some in your area or be willing to travel to some. And even if you don't know anybody when you get there, you will by the time you leave. You will make a lot of new friends. Yeah, it's always a fun time. It's like, so don't be afraid to go by yourself, because 9 times out of 10 people are very warm and welcoming, and they'll see that somebody's there alone, and it's, hey, come sit and stitch with us. So someone will welcome you in, and you make friendships that last a very long time. So I encourage you to do that. You can find the groups or the retreats by just search Facebook for retreats. A lot of them are mentioned by different floss tubers. A lot of them are post about it on Facebook. So it's like, take note when you hear a floss tube, somebody that does floss tube, to when they say, oh, I'm going to this retreat or that retreat, make a note of it so that maybe you can check it out and find out who to contact, and is it full. Some of them are hard to get in. I will say that. Some of them do it that if you are there, say I'm there this year and I want to go next year, those people get first dibs. And some of them are very hard to get into, and probably your option to get to some of them is to go on their waiting list. That could be a whole nother discussion. Yeah, I'm not going to go there. But check around, and there's some different people, new people having or organizing retreats. So there's another option for people. But do check around, see what you can find, see what is open for, that has space left, and go. You won't regret it. They are so much fun. So much fun. And part of it is, are you willing to travel or not travel? That also makes a difference in what's available for you to go to. But yeah, check them out. I am so looking forward to going. So, well, I don't want to let this get too long, because as we all know, there are so many videos out there to watch these days that if I let it get too long, then, well, that takes away your time from watching others. So I'm trying to keep it half hour, 45 minutes, and that's what we're at now. We're at 45 minutes. So that will give you time to, or some more time to go watch some other people. And do check, there's a lot of people doing videos out there these days, whether it be Stitch with Me's or updates or all kinds. So hopefully you enjoy your stay here. Hopefully you will hit the subscribe button and tick the bell so that you know when I post another video and can come back and visit again. I hope you enjoy your time. Thank you all for stopping by and stitching a while with me. If you're new here, again, I hope you enjoyed and we'll come back again. And for those of you who have returning all the time, thank you ever so much. If you're interested in becoming a member of the channel, there is a join button underneath this video. Feel free to check it out. It's not required. Nothing is different for anybody. It's just that the people that join get some extra perks and membership into a members only Facebook group. So up to you what you do. So thank you for being here. I hope you all have a great, wonderful week. And I will see you next time. Okay. Have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.